Now we're going to talk about one of the essential service of AWS, which is Lambda, right? So this service is most basically would be used by the developers itself, right? But you should be familiar about Lambda, right? What it is, if sometime you need to use it, how you can use it, right? So Lambda is basically, you can say, one of the managed service of AWS, which is called functions also, right? We call it Lambda function. When we call it as a function, right, you can create any function, you can invoke them, you can call them in some time, राइट? जैसे कि मैं एग्जांपल के लिए आपको बताता हूँ कि कभी कभी आपको कुछ ऐसी चीजें करनी है, ठीक है, जो कि एक स्पेसिफिक टाइम पे होती हैं, राइट, और उस स्पेसिफिक टाइम के बाद वो नहीं होनी चाहिए, राइट? सो यू कैन राइट योर फंक्शंस एंड यूज देम। लेट्स से मैं कहता हूँ कि आपके कुछ EC2 के इंस्टेंसेस हैं, राइट, आपके डेव हैं, प्रॉड हैं, डिफरेंट डिफरेंट आपके इंस्टेंसेस हैं, बट आप चाहते हो कि ओके, जो भी आपके डेव के इंस्टेंस हैं, अगर आपके डेवलपर इवनिंग में 6 बजे के बाद चले जाते हैं तो आपके 7 से सुबह 9 बजे तक आपके इंस्टेंस बंद रहे हैं, और जैसे ही सुबह 9 बजे वैसे आपके इंस्टेंस अप हो जाए, राइट? इन द सेम वे आपके बहुत सारे ऐसे सिनेरियोज हो सकते हैं जहाँ पे आप इस फंक्शंस का यूज कर सकते हो, नॉट ओनली फॉर AWS रिसोर्सेज। लेट्स से आपको बिलिंग से रिलेटेड कुछ अलर्ट लगाने हैं कि राइट, अगर इतने से ज़्यादा बिलिंग आपकी ऊपर चली जाए तो फंक्शन शुड बी ट्रिगर और आपको अलर्ट आ जाए कि ओके, हमारी बिलिंग इतनी इतनी जा रही है, राइट? सो यू कैन डू एन नंबर ऑफ वर्क्स यूजिंग द फंक्शन, राइट? एज वेल एज बहुत सारी ऐसी चीजें होंगी, बिकॉज when you will be using lambda, right, lambda you will be using it with the serverless architecture. When I call it serverless architecture, आपका हो सकता है कि कोड S3 में पड़ा हो, राइट, आप कुछ स्पेसिफिक आपके फंक्शंस हो, राइट, जब भी कोई यूजर आपकी वेबसाइट पे हिट कर रहा है, राइट, और जब भी आपका कोई कोड इन्वोक हो रहा है तो आपके कुछ फंक्शन इन्वोक होते हो, राइट, जिससे वो फंक्शंस आपको मिलता हो। सो दीज ऑल थिंग्स कैन बी कम फ्रॉम दिस lambda function, right? So let's create one easy lambda functions, right, using just to stop and start the, you can say, EC2 instance. So let me see if I have any EC2 instance, and even for more clarification I would like to just will give you some documentation here. So if you go here in the Google, right, and just type in lambda function, to start stop EC2 instance, right? So you'll get a number of document here. In the same way you can do it for billing, and you can do for so many other things here, right? If you see the first document here itself, how do I stop and start Amazon EC2 instance and regular interval using Lambda. Even you can use CloudWatch as a scheduler with it. You can schedule it कि आपका इतने बजे ट्रिगर हो और ये काम हो जाए, right? So here is the document for you, right? You can find this document, what this is doing for you. This example setup and simple solution for more robust solution, right? Go here, you will get more things. Create an custom AWS identity IAM policy and execute the role for Lambda. That means we are creating one IAM first so that the Lambda function could connect to the EC2 service, right, without prompting and giving password. Create lambda function that stop and start your EC2 instance. So you can create one lambda function to start or stop your EC2 instance, right? Also, you can create CloudWatch events and trigger your function on schedule. For example, you could create a rule to stop EC2 instance at night and another to start them again in the morning, right? You can also create rules trigger on events that takes place in the AWS account. So this is the resolution that they are giving to you, right? Here is the step-by-step guide that you should follow and which you can handle. If you see this here, one Python code which says you can use this code, right? Here are the two instances that they are giving to stop, right? And what they are doing is they are stopping this function here. So this is the document. I'll ping you here in the also. You can also type in directly and find those. So I'll not do it for you. You can do it itself, right? So now let's say I have one instance here, right? And I'm gonna start this. I already have it, so I start this now. Right? So it might take some time, that's fine, right? So let's go to the lambda function now, right, and create one lambda function, right? Once you click on the create lambda function, right, here you got so many things like the first is author from scratch. That means you are going to start your application from scratch, right? The second is use blueprint. That means build a lambda application from the sample code and configure the preset for a common use case, right? By default they will give you some code and you can use that to do the things. The next is browse a serverless app repository. Deploy a sample lambda application from the AWS server class application repository, right? So if you want to like do some server class stuff, you can do using it. So for now we are learning it, we'll go from scratch, right, just to learn it. And first you see some basic information, what name you would like to give to this function. I would call it EC2 hyphen stop instance, right? The next is runtime, right? What kind of environment you need? Do you need .NET, Go, Java, Node.js, Python, Ruby? So many supported libraries version you will see here. Let's say you are going to take Python, right? I'll take Python 3.7 here, right? Next, we was talking about permissions, right? How this we are saying that we are going to stop the instance, but how my lambda function will connect with EC2 service? This is not possible, right? Until and unless it doesn't have user ID, password, and everything to connect with, right? Anything. Either we should have admin permission, so something should be there where we can tell this function, this lambda to connect with the EC2, right? So here is the permission section, right? So you can go here, right? You can create a role with the basic lambda function here, right? Or you can use the existing if you have, right? If you want to have something and you want to create it, you can see some of the templates here and use them. Let's say here I go, all right? You can copy this policy here. You can copy this policy, the policy is already there, or you can write your own policies. You can directly navigate to the IAM section, right? You can move to the role section, right? In role section you can create one role. You can create one role, right? In role you will say this is the AWS service and you need the lambda function, right? In lambda function what you would like to do, you can choose from here, right? Select or view the list of use cases, right? What all things you need here. These are the use cases which we are getting here, right? Click on next permission, right? Or you can create the policy directly from here, right? Or once you click here, it will give you the JSON template here. You can put the JSON template here and create that policy. Or you can choose from here which service you need to access. This is EC2, right? So you can get those policies from here and select and apply them, right? For now, what I'm going to do is I will just use the default one. You already know it, so I don't need to explain it much, right? So I will say create a new role with the basic lambda permission for now. But this will not work. I'll have to manage the permission again, right? This permission will not work. So we will have to give some permission. By default, this have given the minimal permission. Create a new role with the basic lambda permission. At this moment, it doesn't have permission to access the EC2. So even if you try to stop the services, you will get the error, right? Now you can see our function is ready, right? And now you can come and start writing your code here. By default, you see this is the basic code which has been given here, and the file name you can see lambda function.py file is here, right? You go here, copy this code from here itself, right? Or I think I've already copied it, so you can also take it from here, right? Here from here also you can find this code. So whatever it is, right? So what I've done is I have just copied this code from here itself and replace it with my instance. And here you can see this is my instance ID. Go to top. So you can just copy this instance ID from here. So I have already copied it and pasted here when my instance was stopped. So this is, you can see, B3. Okay, that's fine. And you can see in which region this instance is. This is US East 1 in the North Virginia. So US East 1 is there. Right. So this is just a code. Import Boto3. So Boto3 would be some module of Python. What is the region? What is the instance? And Boto3 client will connect with the EC2 and with the region that we have specified here, right? And this will stop your instance, right? So let's copy this code, right? Paste the code here, right? So let's click on test first. Once you click on test, it says configure test event, right? A function can have up to 10 test events. That events are persisted so that you can switch to the another compute or web servers and test your function with the same event, right? Edit and save event. So at this moment, it is by default showing these hello words and these functions. So let's give it a name. Stop function, I would call it. Stop EC2. Right. So these are the default values that it is giving. Go ahead and click on create this. Right. Now you can see, you will see here stop EC2 section, and you can go ahead and click on test. Right. So once this executes successfully, you see a couple of things here. Right. You will see either errors or some messages here. If you go up here, you will see execution result succeeded. You can click here in the log section. You can see what error you got, what success code you got. At this moment, you can see it says this has been executed successfully. What was the time we took to execute this, millisecond durations, exactly memory it took, everything. All right, now you can go ahead and save this. Right, so that's all. We are good now, right? We have our function available now. So let's see, go to EC2 instance and see it has been shut down or this is up. Let's re-execute it once. Okay, it says error and occurred unauthorized operation. I was talking about unauthorized operation, right? You can see here. So this is because we don't have access to it. So let's go to the function in the permission section, right, and find this role from here. So let's click on this role. It will directly take me to the IAM. Or you can copy this IAM role if you know, right, and directly use it and assign the permission from there. So you can see I am directly on this role to which I need to assign the permissions, or you can say roles. So you can see there is one policy which is attached. So click on attached policy and let's give it EC2 hyphen. Let's give full access to this. What happened? Let's get back. Click on attach policies, right, and give the policy name here, EC2, attach the policy, right. So now we have two policies here. One is managed policy, which is default policy, right. If you go to the JSON editor and see what all permission we have, create log group, create log stream, right, these were the policies, and stop EC2 instance, right. This is the just to create the logs. And now the policy we have given is, which is to access everything what we have in the EC2. If you see the policy and editor, you can see create log group, right, everything here, right, which we are allowing EC2 here totally, right. Elastic load balancer, CloudWatch, everything we are allowing that we think that should be. Even you will have to be more specific when This is in prod and you are doing it for your org, right? You cannot assign complete EC2. What needed, that should be specified only. So now let's go ahead and retest this now. Hope this works now. So you can see the execution result succeeded now. It says the area below shows the result returned by your function execution. Right, it took up this time and this was the request ID. If you come down in the code section, right, in the configuration section, even you can see your code and the result from there directly. So the function is loading, so it has been loaded now. So let's go ahead and see if this stopped now or still not. So you can see this instance has been successfully stopped, right? In the same way, you can write function to start, right? Using CloudWatch, you can schedule it for some specific time, right? Whenever you need. The way we have done it for stopping, right? We can the same way we can create one another function to start it. So let's go back there again. Right, so let's go to the function, right? Create new function. I will call it EC2 start. I'm gonna take Python itself, right? The function, choose it, and let's see if we can use the same role for this. Use an existing role. Okay, I see. Stop instance role. What was that role name? The role name was this, right? And see if this we can use the same role because we have given all right there, so that should work here too. So let's use this role itself. Create function. Let's take the code to start the instance. Rest everything will remain same. Right, you can click on here also, right? You can save it from here itself. Click on save here, your code will save, right? Deployment package successfully saved. You can click on test here itself. You can see the execution here from here itself. You can give it start ec2 hyphen start hyphen instance. It says doesn't take hyphen, so that's fine. Come down, create it. So the function has been created. The similar thing we was clicking on test from here, you can do it from here itself. The both things are similar, so just go ahead and click on test. At the here you can see execution is failed. You can click here and see why the execution was failed. It says unable to import module lambda function, no module name j. Right, so what we have done wrong, we imported this lambda handler event context. I think we was using the same, right? So no module j. Where is j? Let's navigate to the config section. Import this reason US East 1 instance is this C2 reason lambda function context code start instance equals to instance print start doesn't look issue. See here instance EC2 border 3 client EC2 comma reason hyphen name reason lambda handler event context colon ec2.start underscore instances identity is equals to instances Started your instance. Instances. This looks good, man. Let's retest it. Let's pick it from the stop code, right? Also, CC to start. Says the code looks good to me. I think there was some issue with that itself, some code. So after changing, this is working. Let's see, oops, it has started it. So you can see now the instance has been started, right? So the way we have done here, right? Start, stop at the similar way you can, schedule this also. So if you go here, if you want to schedule it, the instruction would be here available for you. Where are that? Create rules, check events. So you can say the create and trigger your lambda functions, right? The way we used to create rules, the similar way you have to do it, right? So you can schedule it like start your VM in the morning at 9 p.m. when the developers are coming, and stop it at evening up, after 7 when they are leaving. So that way you can save some cost as well, right, in your organization. So this is the doc that you need to follow. I will put in the chat also. Just save this. The main advantage of using this is, right, you can see your function are not taking anything. So whenever you are invoking the things, so whatever the memory and specific hardware and the things are being used, you are being charged for those things only, right? So that's pretty awesome, right? If you want to schedule those events, so go ahead to the CloudWatch monitoring, do it, right? You can go to the CloudWatch monitoring itself, you can do it, right? I have already sent you the instructions, right, how to do that. You can see it and schedule those, events when needed, right? So but make sure whenever you are done with those things, go ahead and delete those as well.